So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rick Godley. We're at the shores, the beautiful shores, if you will, Lake D'Arbonne, and it is Media Bass, North Louisiana, Teams Tournament number 2. Couldn't have asked for a better day. I guess you could have asked for it. I don't know what would make it better. The weigh-in's going to start 2:30ish, maybe 3. Actually, the weigh-in starts whenever the first boat arrives. 46 went out this morning. And Greg Terzia, he's taking his nap. So I pull up here and I see this boat parked here, and I parked my little bug behind it to unpack. And before the owner of the boat got here, somebody walked up and said, "Are you giving that boat away?" I probably should have. And Mr. EK of EK.
I'm parked in the parking lot. I'd have gone.
Yeah, you had it blocked too. This is EK Marine. And he comes walking up. We chit-chatted a little bit, so I said, why don't we just get all set up here and talk about, first of all, a little history, if you will. EK's Marine, one of the sponsors of Media Bass. And I think it got started there, EK. I'm like, how long you been in business? And you said 1983, and then you kind of took me through the progression of that. So first of all, I want to say the spirit of entrepreneurship. I don't think you thought of yourself as an entrepreneur when you first opened your business. Huh?
I really don't think of myself as an entrepreneur now. Maybe a little insane. Like with boat business. The 83 to 89, 88, somewhere in there, I actually started with hired griffins, and most of the media probably.
Oh, by the way, he tried to sing the Land of Toys jingle.
I can sing it.
Oh, you can?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, but I'm not.
You get your mic there. You're all set.
Okay.
Okay, you're good.
All right. And after hired griffins faded, I went to ATL Marine for a while, and everybody said, well, you just need to do your own thing, So I came back to the west side of the river, and in time for the 91 flood and all the floods since. And we've been located in West Monroe ever since then.
Guesstimate, how many boats do you think you've sold over the course of the past 25, 35, 40 years?
Ooh. Well, for a while there, we had a run. We were doing about 50 a year. And then as competition got bigger, you know, my numbers went down. I've stayed small. I'm extremely small. I'm a 4-people operation. I don't have a big fancy showroom, and we do predominantly push service.
Right.
So we do sell bass cats. We do not sell aluminum boats any longer, which that might change in a day or so. Who knows?
So are we sitting in front of a bass?
We're sitting in front of.
Let's get to the meat of the matter and sell a couple of boats for you here.
All right.
Describe what I'm even impressed.
Okay, this is a Cougar FTD SP they call it, which is special package. Everybody has one. What it does, it means everything on the boat at this point comes standard. It's not extra. If you want to add something, that's fine. We can add it, but that price will be extra.
Right.
It is one of the oldest boats in their inventory. It's changed floor plan a few times, and they trick the hull a little bit and change a lid. But if you do a history on them, I came on board in 2007, and they had Cougar FTDs then.
Right.
And they had them before then. The demand for wide body boats with our competitors, Ranger, Phoenix, and has pushed us to do wide bodies, and we do have wide bodies, and they're called STSs.
This is not a wide body?
This is not a wide body.
We're not talking to somebody who has any kind of fishing intelligence.
This would be classified as a narrow body, and it does bother a few people. The design of the nose puts the fisherman extremely close to the nose, and some of them actually just pass because they're so close to the nose of the boat. They'll say that it hinders 2 fishermen on the front deck. Well, that's debatable. You're as big as I am and your partner's this big, maybe that's true. But it is the most established boat in the line in the 20-footers. And they make Pumas, Eras, and not the Era like you make on a test. The Era's a little sports car. It's a short 20, and where this is a 20-foot 4, it's a 20-foot 1. And we have models up to 20-foot 7 now. They only have one 21-foot boat, but you enter a whole new world when you go to their 21-foot boat.
Gotcha.
It's, bring me 160, 170, and I'll be happy to hook you up.
All right, so EK Marine West Monroe, sponsor of Media Bass here. This is tournament number 2. We're at Rhett's Tails and Shells. Beautiful facility. This is going to be rocking not only for the weigh-in, but I know they have entertainment tonight. Clay LaBeouf, a West by God Monroe boy, I think is the proper way that the town was founded. Are you from West Monroe, or which side of the river do you?
Born and raised in West Monroe. Spent some time in the service, and then drug back up. Mom and Daddy hadn't changed the locks, and I got back in, and I'm still here.
By the way, I misled us here in the beginning. I said we got started talking about the boat giveaway, but actually it was the Volkswagen. And you told me about a story. You drove a Volkswagen van again,
in
bus.
In 1967, I had to go to Fort Worth, Texas, and I bought a 1961 green Volkswagen bus. And by the time we got to Fort Worth, we thought we were in California. It took so long to get there.
Did you get that from Lee Edwards Volkswagen?
No, I bought it from a gentleman down on the street called Coleman Avenue in West Monroe, who used to race wrestle alligators in Florida. And he had a part out in front, fenced, and he brought one alligator with him when he moved to West Monroe.
Uh-huh.
His name was Jim Barney. And of course, Jim's a long time gone, and thank God that Volkswagen's a long time gone.
Well, I don't want to ask why you went to Fort Worth. Let's stay back on the boats. EK of, what is it, Kursorog, right?
Kosarog.
Boy, what is that, a Slavic? What's the lineage there?
It should be Austrian, but they'd wake up every morning and Austria would want part of Germany, and Germany would want part of Poland, and
right.
By 4 o'clock you might start out Austrian and you might be German by 5.
I understand a lot of geopolitical talk goes on at your store, and some of it is...
There's a lot of talk goes on in my shop.
And we won't get into that kind of talk, but I mean, you got to be happy and listen, you're born, raised West Monroe, you got your business West Monroe, your family, etc., and the community still comes in and supports you and also hangs out. So that says a lot about you and the atmosphere you've created.
Well, thank you.
Well, brag on West Monroe, brag on North Louisiana, because I'm sure you've been around and you've talked to folks that have been around.
Well, I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna brag about it. I mean, it's quiet, it's comfortable. Everybody complains about taxes being too high, but if you ever travel and go anywhere, I got cousins that live in Boston that, they got to put a straw in their mouth, stay above water to pay their taxes. Of course, I'd still love to see our taxes go down, but that ain't gonna happen.
Sure.
Our new mayor in West Monroe is doing all kind of projects and has got grants to do things and little things. Sidewalks are coming back, bicycle tracks along the main drags are coming back. Downtown Trenton, West Monroe, music and art. I think they call it an art crawl or something that.
Right.
So they're doing more than when I left for sure.
Sure. Well, you also, and plus what I'm seeing, and I mean, I didn't ask you your age. We did compare the color of our hairs, and I got a little bit more than you, but not much. That, I don't know where I lost that brain train of a thought of the, I lost what I was going to say. That has turned not so much into Monroe versus West Monroe, Washita Parish versus Lincoln and Union Parish. More people are thinking regionally, and I mean, and that's a good thing. It's a great thing. And we live in a spot where we're on Darbone, you got Caney, you got Claiborne, and I'm missing about 5 or 6 others, let alone the river. More and more people are thinking that, and that's a great thing. And you've witnessed that, right?
Yeah, we're going to start with the river, and I'm going to be pretty negative.
Go ahead.
It's in a situation where it's really been damaged over the last few years with damage to the spillway and the lock system down in the Columbia area, and they're still having trouble holding water and patching their hole, which has drawn the water down. Now it's up right now because
rain. We're
coming into spring and rain and everything, and they can only, even with it open and broke, there's only so much they can discharge. And with the growth here around the lake and the development and the homes and all this water, then there's the same thing. They want to get rid of the water here, so it's dumped down the bayou and it's worked on the bayou, and it's not any one, it's a conglomeration of everything. But it has affected our fishing.
Well, when I moved down in 1982, and at that time, the Ouachita River was known as one of the 10 scenic and clean waterways in the United States, and now it's not so. I mean, what do you see? Is it recoverable? Is it restorable? It has to be. It's nature.
It's nature and it's recoverable, but it probably won't happen in our lifetime.
Okay.
You know, you got to, the Ouachita River is classified as a wild river. The Red River is classified as a controlled river because of the difference in the style of lock structures. Our locks weren't put in to control flooding. Our locks were put in to maintain a 9-foot channel, which has long since gone astray and not used. So it's not like they can just open everything up and say, open Columbia, bring water down in West Monroe, hold Felsenthal, let West Monroe recover. Those locks are not designed to do that. Now, I'll get thrown in jail for saying that, but they'll have to prove me wrong.
Well, no, in order to solve the problem, you have to admit there's a problem, and if you have to have a want to fix that problem. So what you're saying is if corrective action is not taken now, and again, as you say, it's not going to be in our lifetime, but at least people watching this now and or later will say, you know what, I want to do something about it and get it restored. So.
Well, you know, years ago they wanted to cut some of the bends in the river, and I hate to say it, I was opposed to it. But if you cut bends in the river, and I don't know if this will ever come up again, you wind up with oxbows. Oxbow fishing.
Oh, right.
You know, most oxbows, everybody here fishes an oxbow somewhere from the Mississippi to the Red River. You know, maybe we shouldn't have been so opposed to that. That's way above my pay grade.
Well, right. Well, again, owning mistakes and then learning from them is the only way to grow. All right, so let's do some closing thoughts, closing words. First of all, on the boat, I guess if somebody came up and paid you cash today, you'd let it go?
Well,
I mean, you're not that attached to it?
Oh, no, no, not at all. I don't, you know, if you were to give that boat a name, I couldn't tell you what her name is. The boat is 83.5 plus tax, title, and license. It's not the cheapest boat you can buy, but it's probably as good a quality as anything on the water. I have been selling them since '07, and if they ever get away, I don't know of a glass boat that I would take on. I'd just move on to something else, maybe go back to aluminum.
Well, the beautiful thing too is when you buy local, and if a problem arises, here's a man you come to see, and you also talked about your service department. Brag on your team. Well,
the young man that leads our service was 17 when he came to work for me, and he's 52 now.
Wow.
Like fishing, time on the water versus time on the motor. I would say comfortably we lead in the pack there. And it does help your experience, even with the changes they make. Are the motors they're making today like what we grew up with? Not. No shame, form, or fashion. But the base is there. And our base is a good base, I think.
Sure. Well, address, it's West Monroe. Is it
West Monroe, Louisiana.
What's the name of the street? I used to drive by it every day.
Crier Street. 120 Crier Street. 120. Can't miss it. Oh my God, grandkids.
Yeah, okay, so here they come.
We're in trouble.
Well, no, we're going to keep rolling until they sit on your lap, and then we'll kill this stream. And I got to check, and hopefully this turned out. I appreciate your time. Candor.
Anytime.
Here we go. Who's coming up here?
Okay, this is number one. This is Trip.
Hey, Trip.
Hey, Trip.
We're being filmed right now.
Ooh, we're on TV.
I like that.
And this is Everett. This is number two.
Hey, Everett, wave at that little
camera up there, buddy. Wave. There you go.
All right. Here, boys. Well, they're here for the duration, I would think.
Well, no, they're birthday partying today.
Oh.
And I guess they're through.
That's we're birthday partying.
They're done with number one, and now they got one more to go to.
Awesome. All right, so the weigh-in's going to start 2:30ish or whenever the first boat arrives. 46 went out this morning. Greg Terzia, I don't know if he's starting a little bit early, getting his tongue loose with some libations. I don't know. I don't want to say, but no, he'll be here, and then we'll fire up the live stream for Media Bass North Louisiana, second tournament. By the way, the individuals go out tomorrow right from here. So this thing had to get moved because of the weather in whatever month we're in, February.
February.
No, but it got moved here to March. So, EK, thanks so much for your time.
Well, thanks for inviting me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Good job. That's a live mic. Hang on till I kill it.